up, Lions Nation? It's Tank and Mike for Lions Chalk Talk. Excited for this game. You know, controlling the line of scrimmage, Mike, is going to be the key to victory this week. And when you got a big kitty cat like Mr. Hutchinson, controlling that line of scrimmage is easy.
Yeah, no, he's come on strong, and he started off strong early in the year. He kind of had a little bit of a lull, but he's kind of picked it back up. He's developing some moves. He's got that spin move. Sometimes it takes a little too long, but he's getting pressure, and he's getting sacks. He's finding a way to get to the quarterback. If he can get to the quarterback and get pressure, it helps out that secondary. How else can they get pressure? Well, try to create some disguises in the secondary, create some disguises with the linebackers, and bring one or two extra. Force Stafford, listen, he's getting up there. He can run, but he cannot move the way he used to. So force him to get off his mark and move and make a throw. The DBs are going to have to hold on a little bit, but if you can contain him and get him off the mark, get him that pressure, not let him get outside, well then the chances of the Lions defense having is going to be extremely successful, because again, it all starts with the front. If the front can hold up, it makes things easier on that secondary.
Look, Stafford's homecoming. We all wish him, well, okay. I'm not going to say well, but we're going to wish him okay. Look, he is still dangerous, even regardless of his age.
We will sit there. The fans can come out. They can give him a standing applause.
Get loud, baby. Get loud.
Thank you very much for all you've done, okay? However, we want to beat you. Once the game
starts
starts
going to
playing,
beat you.
Let's beat him, boom, all that stuff. And then after the game, you can clap for him again. But once between the whistles, you know, you got to hate them.
Got to get a little chippy. Look, the reason I bring up the front of the Lions, they're going to roar this week. Mike, you know this. You played the position at quarterback at the highest level for the Lions. When Stafford gets his feet set, he's locking in on his target. You got to make him uncomfortable. You can't let him get his feet set. You can't get him locked on a target. I got to see blitz packages. I got to see Anthony and that beautiful hair of his flying in there, screaming at him, doing whatever it takes with Hutchinson coming around and looping. You cannot let him get comfortable in that pocket.
Well, yeah, you know, Alex Anceloni, obviously he is probably, you know, one of the great role players on that team, on that defense, as a leader. If you look, when you watch a game, he is somehow always around the football. Always, you know, and even if he's just not getting there, he's always right there. So he's a smart player. He reads his keys. He knows where to be. He's always around the point of attack. So he's a key piece. But again, getting back to getting Stafford off his spot. You know, you got Kupp and you got Nakua. They love to run those deep crossers. They love to run those choice routes.
They are
with
dangerous.
Kupps.
They are
How
dangerous.
do you have to maybe get up in the face and get them pressed a little bit, disrupt the timing. If you can press and get a good jam on Kupp on one of those choice routes, it delays it for that half second, gives the extra the offensive lineman a half second. They have to block, and that's where Stafford has to hold on to that football and get uncomfortable. So again, it comes down to getting creative, getting pressure on the quarterback with your front four, and then having Coach Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator, get creative with the linebackers or the secondary, trying to disguise some things and throwing some different looks at him. Throwing some curveballs, not just running up and playing man-to-man every time, maybe showing something, bluffing out, coming out and playing some zone. Yep. But they're going to have to find ways to create that pressure.
Look, when Coach Campbell came into town, he roared loudly, and his statement about kneecaps echoed.
I loved it. I loved
Who
it.
didn't? Who didn't?
You weren't sold right away, but I said, man, I love this guy's passion. He came out. He's not afraid to show his passion for the game. He's a former player. He hired a bunch of coaches who were former players who've played those certain positions, who've been in those situations before. A lot of those coaches, they've been there. They understand what these players are going through. They know what they're thinking. They can explain it to them. So I love what Coach Campbell's done. And to me, he is the modern day Bill Cowher. You know, a former tight end. He's coached, he coached tight ends. He's a head coach. He lets his offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, do his thing. He lets his defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, do his thing. He lets his coaching staff do his thing. Yeah, he makes the call. He has confidence in his team. Doesn't matter. We got a penalty. We're going for 2. Now we got to go for 2 from the 7. We're still going for it.
It's 4th and 4, and we're going for it.
We're going for it. And you have to love when a coach has that kind of confidence in your team, because it says, hey, we're here to win. We're not going to let someone beat us. We're going to go down swinging. We're not going to sit there and just go by watching.
And that is the point I want to make about Coach Campbell. You know, professional athletes, professional coaches, they dream of the big game. And when the big game comes, you elevate your performance. You become who you're gonna become. You're gonna either become a Super Bowl MVP or you're gonna fade away into the history books. I truly believe that Coach Campbell, this is his shining moment to go to that next level, bring that intensity, bring the beauty that they've created in a short period of time, and unleash it into the playoffs, Mike. Champions respond in championship games.
Well, the thing that's most important too is when he came out and did that first speech when he got hired, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's kind of corny, this and that. And
Wasn't corny to me, it got me fired up.
No, but here's the thing. When you get a chance to know him and you see his passion, that was not corny, that was not fake. Some guys will fake it. He's not fake at all. He is in your face. He's going to tell you how it is. He's very truthful. He's not going to shy away from anything.
Well, I hate those qualities.
And you know, it was funny. I was listening to an interview of him this past week, and you know, someone brought up the 2-point conversion, and he said, "Hey, ask it. Ask the question you want to ask. Say what you want to say. You want to say it." And the guy goes, "Well, I thought it was a bad decision." He goes, "Good, you said it." He goes, "Don't shy away from it." That's who he is. He is all grit, and he doesn't want to shy away from everything. He wants to face every single issue, every single problem, every single game head on and take it right on the teeth. And you know what? He's going to smile at you. And you know, you hit him in the teeth, he's going to smile at you and he's going to swing right back, because that's the type of guy he is. He is truly genuine on who he is, and that's why the players truly love him. I know some former players that said, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's going to work. I told them he is genuine, he is true, he is passionate, and when you are true to yourself as who you are as a man, that shows, and that team truly believes in him and that grit.
They believe in each other. We believe in Lions Nation. Let the Lions roar this weekend. Mike, I believe, I know in my heart, they're moving on to the next level.
I believe too. I believe too. And this is a tough one. This is that big test. I think once you get past this one, I feel more confident going forward. But
I already bought my plane ticket to Vegas.
So I was close there. This one seems a little harder to predict. However, I do think it's going to be a little bit more of a shootout. I do think the Lions will be able to score. But I think the Rams are going to score too. I'm nervous on this. Let's say, I'm guessing. I'll go 31-30.
Lions 72, the Sheep 0.